What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full highest special defense stat Pokemon team. Now this is the last stat Pokemon team that I needed to do. I think I've done all of them, if my memory serves correctly. Now, this one was actually meant to be for Mystery Monday, but it landed on Sunday. What a surprise! Anyway, people, leave those teams in the comment section below. Any feedback on the video would be wonderful too. I love reading your comments. And also, people, defense is spelt two ways. It's not only spelt the America way before we get like 1,000 comments about that. Anyway, so the battles are happening on my chat. That's in the description of the video. I take battles at a random time every day. This was a battle against Cope. Now, we have a Shuckle and a Helois lead. Now, the opponent actually had a theme team too. I hope I got this one right. This was a unique stats team. So these were all the base total stats added together on all of the Pokemon to equal a unique base stats team. Not 100% sure how that one worked, but that's what it was anyway. So I'm running a physical Shuckle. So this was a Acro Pressure, Bug Bite, Stone Edge, and Gyro Ball set with the Gluttony and Lychee Berry. Max attack and max speed. Max health and max attack. Anyway, so trying to get some boost here. Unfortunately, I get a useless defense boost against a special attacker, so it's really all up to luck. Now, Acro Pressure can only activate if a stat is already at max. Obviously, it's not going to do anything to it. It's going to boost the other ones up. Anyway, so since the Lychee Berry didn't activate at half health because I just had a little bit more over half, Gluttony actually will activate your berry at half health if it's a pinch berry like Lychee. Anyways, so I'm going to miss the Stone Edge. Of course it misses, and I'm going to go down to the Parabolic Salt Charge, and my Shuckle is down. But he's not out. He does return in the second battle. Now we have Pro Blast coming in. Now Mario's got some pretty damn cool moves. I've got a special set on this one. It's actually a choice spec set. I've got Hidden Power Fire with the Magnet Pull to trap in those steel types. I've got Dazzling Gleam to hit those fighting types. Power Gem and Flash Cannon just for some stab really. Now this has I think this got 95 or 94 special defense stats, so it's base stats, so it's pretty decent. So it's about a 3-hit KO. It's also got this Surf Up with a Rain Dance, so I'm a little bit scared of it since I don't have Sturdy or anything. If it does crit me, I'm going to go down like a sack of potatoes. Anyway, so the Dry Skin's going to give it some extra recovery. I think that's going to be enough to lift my next attack, so I'm going to swap out Pro Blast, maybe save him for later. So swapping in Flogs. Now this was a really cool set. Actually, I was actually able to get more than 4 moves on a set. I'll explain why in a sec. So on this set, I've got Misty Terrain. I've also got it's a little bit misty today, people. I've got Misty Terrain. I've got Grassy Terrain. Now, the reason why I've got 2 terrains on one Pokemon is I've got Nature Power. Now, what Nature Power does to Misty Terrain, it'll turn Nature Power into Moonblast. And then Grassy Terrain, it'll turn the Nature Power into Energy Ball. So it actually gives me 6 moves. Grassy Terrain also gives me some recovery, as well as stacking with my leftovers. I've also got Wish on this set for a bit of recovery too. Alright, so we had a Power Herb, Razor Wind, Helois, which is pretty cool. I'm setting up my Misty Terrain. Things are getting a little bit misty. So we got the, it looks pretty cool. I love how the, we've got the terrains, and then you got like, you could have like the sunlight or the rain. It looks really pretty. Anyways, so I got to power down those dragon type moves when I'm a fairy type too. Anyway, so Helois is swapping out. Now we have the opposing Helois. The opposing Flogs coming in. This bit I had to speed up because it was quite a long process. So I'm spamming Moonblast. I actually got a special attack drop, which is really nice. Now the Flogs are going to go for a Lucky Chant. Now what Lucky Chant does, it stops any critical hits for a certain amount of time. I think it's 5 turns. Anyway, so I get another special attack drop, which is really good. So that's 2 in a row. I'm just spamming Nature Power Moonblast at the moment. I get 3 special attack drops in a row. What is this? Guys, it's not even me playing. I swear. Anyways, so I can go for a final. I went for a Grassy Terrain here because I thought, let's change up the terrain. I can go for another Nature Power after this and finish it off with an Energy Ball. That way I can change, I can change my attacks around so I'm not locked into a fairy type attack. Anyway, so it's going to go for a Giga Drain there, but since its special attack is so low from all those drops, it's going to do monkeys. Now, getting some nice recovery back from the leftovers as well. Now with the extra drill coming out, setting up the sand. So now we've had the rain in the... We've had terrains... God, I'm getting tongue-tied. We've had terrain, rain, sandstorm, Misty Terrain, and Grassy Terrain. We've had like freaking everything. Anyway, so the extra drill is going to go for a Z move, Tectonic Rage. Now, this was actually a special set. I think this was coming off Earth Power. It did over half my health. I was running on this set, max special attack and max health. So I still actually tanked that one fairly well. Then again, it's coming from an extra drill, special extra drill, and Flogs has got nice special defense. So now I'm going to get burned by the Fletchinder. It's going to use Will-O-Wisp against me. I really can't do much against this thing. It's going to resist all my attacks, and it's probably got something like Everlight on it. So I'm going to be swapping it out this turn. Alright, so swapping out Flogs did a pretty nice job, and it is fun getting that both those terrains off, because technically, if you think about it, the Pokemon can use 6 moves, which is cool. So now swapping in my Carbink, since this the sand's up, I thought it'd be a good swap in too. Now the Carbink was also a special set. It had Explosion, it had Stone Edge with Gravity, which would actually help me out hitting those 100% Stone Edges. I've also got Trick Room and Clear Body with the normal gem, so I could either decide to go for Explosion against an opposing Pokemon if I felt they were a threat, or I just wanted to get out of the field so I didn't get set up on. Gravity to help out any of my other Pokemon, plus that Stone Edge, and Trick Room to help any of my faster Pokemon out. Alright, so big old Wishy-Washy comes in, I go boom there with the normal gem activation, which is nice, and it's not going to be enough to take it out, but it still does a really good chunk of damage. I'm happy with that, and Carbink's down doing a fairly good job. The Sandstorm is going to subside. Now, the Pokemon I've been waiting for to use, guys, I got this amazing set. You're definitely going to want to see a sweep with this one. So this is a Merciless. I'm feeling a little bit merciless, people. This is a Merciless. Oh, sorry, that was a really bad pun, even coming from me. So this is a Merciless Toxapex, right? I've got on this one Pin Missile. Yes, it gets Pin Missile, Toxic, Recover, and Peck. Now as soon as I see Peck, I'm like, there's only one item I have to attach to this. It's Fly MZ, baby. So the idea is to get the Merciless ability. When the opponent is poisoned, right, you can get a 100% crit ratio, which is really, really nice. So that Pin Missile always is going to crit every time. So if you can get like 5 in a row, it's hilarious. Now, I actually did run... Something's burning. What the... It's alright, people. My house is on fire. Anyway, so back to the video. It's just way more important than my house burning down. So now we have the Pin Missile, which is going to definitely hit 5 times in a row. So the idea, right, was to hit this as many times as you possibly could. That animation, though, looks so sick. And also could run this with the King's Rock. So you could get the 100% crit ratio. And if you manage to get a scummy like King's Rock crit or flinch in the middle, be crit and flinch. So it'll be so crazy. Anyways, I ran this with Peck because I wanted to run Fly MZ on this with Peck. I'm going to try and do a sweep with this, right? I'm going to try all week. I'm just going to try until I get it. It's a decent Pokemon. It's got a decent bulk. Anyway, so Wishy-Washy is in range for... well, I was hoping it was in range. Even with the 100% crit ratio coming off Peck and an average attack stat, well, it really wasn't the most powerful attack in the world. It was mainly the disrespect kill. So the Merciless Toxapex is going to smash into the big old Wishy-Washy, and it doesn't even kill. That's all good. Now it's going to go for Brian. I'm not sure if it expected to swap there. I wasn't going to swap out after using my amazing Z move. And now the Wishy-Washy is almost going to go down. So now we have it going to schooling mode, and I actually had a little thought, right? This is quite random. Do you know the new UB, right? Now we've got the schooling mode on Wishy-Washy. Imagine if we had the building mode on it. Anyway, so finishing off with that disrespecting Peck, and Wishy-Washy is down. So now we have the Archon coming. Now Archon is going to be pretty decent against me. All I've got is Pin Missile and Peck. It's not exactly like I've got Liquidation or Scald or anything. It's going to go for a Rock Slide there. I was like expecting a flinch. However, I did get off that Toxic, which is cool. So that was pretty good. This was probably the set I was looking forward to using the most out of this entire team. The Flogs are pretty fun too. I've used a lot of the similar Shuckle sets. I've used a Shell Smash one. I've used a physical sweeping one before. So probably the Flogs and the Toxapex. I was definitely I was excited to use these. Anyway, so I'm going to go down to the Archon, which is cool. Toxapex pretty much run its race already. It did its best work using Pin Missile and Z-Peck, people. Don't just never forget that one. Anyway, so now swapping in Flogs, coming back for a second appearance. Now I'm going to get Rock Slided by the Archon. Now Archon, even though it's a pre-evolution, it's got a very, very high attack stat. Plus, I'm only running max health on this thing, so I'm not super bulky. I thought I could just live that one, but unfortunately I didn't. I was going to go just for a raw nature power to get some damage to put Archon into Defeatus range. Now, if you don't know what Defeatus is, if the Pokemon, etc. Archon drops below half health, its attack drops by half, so it gets very, very weak then. Basically useless. Now, I've got a Choice Scarf Goodra here, which works fairly nice. I've got, this is a special attacker, pretty usual moves on it. I've got Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, Sludge Wave, and Ice Beam with Gooey and Choice Scarf, so max speed, max special attack. This is probably more of a core Pokemon on my team because I had to play an OU with the Toxapex, so I needed one sort of quite solid Pokemon, which is quite funny because a lot of the other Pokemon were outshining it too, which was fun. So now, swapping out Goodra, I don't want to get stuck into that move. Going into Probopass, so I thought this was the best option. Now we have the Fletchinder going for the Will-O-Wisp, which is going to burn me. It's not all that bad because I'm running a special set. Plus, I've got like a stab rock type move, and that's 4 times like super effective. So that's going to be really good. So I've got the Power Gem on the Fletchinder. Fletchinder's going to swap out. Now we have the Will-O-Wisp coming back in. So we already know this has got Surf from early on. However, if it wants to get the boost, it's going to need to set up this that Rain Dance. However, it's not going to be able to have that chance because I'm going to be able to take it out the next turn with Power Gem, right? So I knew the Will-O-Wisp would go for a Surf. The only thing I was actually worried about was a critical hit. Other than that, I knew I'd probably take it because my defenses are really, really nice on Probopass. Even with running like a sweeping set, I think I was running it like I ran it max health, max special attack. So it's still fairly bulky. Plus, its defense and special defense are absolutely amazing. Anyway, so the last Pokemon left is the Fletchinder. I obviously can go for Power Gem against this thing. Now it's like, okay, well, this is going to go down. Now it's going to go for Roost. Now, Roost is actually going to heal it, and it's going to change its type. So it's not going to be as effective, and it's going to try and stall out my Will-O-Wisp. So I was like, okay, this will be interesting. I just really wanted to see if I get a critical hit. So it's doing about 3/4 of health to the Fletchinder, and it needed probably like 3 or 4 more turns, and then it was probably, I was guessing it was going to use Flame Charge after that to try and finish me off. So now it's going to go for another Roost. It's really good to see like a whole bunch of different Pokemon being used too. The Little Cup Pokemon too. So now we have another Power Gem. They're almost taking it out, and the next one, it's going to have to attack here because there's no way it's going to be able to tank another one from the Probopass. Now, it really needs a critical hit here from the Flame Charge. Very low base power, and Probopass is very tanky. It doesn't get it. I'm going to finish it off with the Power Gem, and that is game. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Let's get on to the second game. I love using that Toxapex so much. It was so much fun. Most of the time you see it's just like a boring, stally wall. I just wanted to make something really fun out. And Merciless is a really cool ability. I really do like it. So now we have a battle on my chat against Tear. So we got Mandibuzz and Probopass lead. So I can go for a Power Gem against this thing. It's fairly bulky Pokemon. It can run like a couple of things. Now, right off the bat, it's going to go for a Flatter. Oh my goodness, Probopass looks so happy then. So getting a special attack rise is like, well, that's not too bad, right? If I'm able to get like a Power Gem against this thing, it's going to get Shrek'd. Anyway, so I hit myself in in confusion from my special attack. It doesn't base it off my special attack, though. It bases it off my attack. That's why it did so little. Anyway, so I'm going to get Swaggered. So I'm like, this is looking like a fishy Psych upset. I snap out of confusion. I'm able to get off the Power Gem, and damn, that Mandibuzz went back to the Stone Age. It actually looks like something off the Flintstones with that little bone through its head. Anyway, so we have the Blissey coming out. I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to take out a Blissey, even though I've got a special attack rise. It's not going to happen in 3,000 years, but I wanted to give it a go. Blissey comes in and uses a Mud Bomb. It's got Life Orb. What the hell? Seriously. Anyway, so going for the Power Gem against this thing. There really isn't much point me swapping out on a low amount of health on Probopass. I mean, it's not going to outspeed anything. So I'm just going to let it go down to the Blissey. And however, Mud Bomb can actually miss as well. So I was kind of low-key hoping for that. So now we have the Life Orb Mud Bomb Blissey taking out my Probopass. Swapping in Shuckle because I thought this would be a good opportunity. Blissey's got 2 defense. Shuckle's got 2 attack. Let's do it. So now the Blissey's going to go for a charge over here, boosting its rule, trying to boost its special attack. It's quite funny here because if you watch, Life Orb actually does this. I think Life Orb did more than the charge beam damage. Blissey's got so much health, so it's going to do a lot to it. Anyway, so going for the Stone Edge, not playing any games, I just can't beat that charge beam Blissey. Anyway, so swapping in the Skarmory. I can't really hit Skarmory with too much either. I can go for a Stone Edge crit. That's about it. Now, Skarmory is going to be a special Skarmory. Going for the Flash Cannon, it's going to be about a 3-hit KO. So I went for an Acro Pressure. I thought I had like an opportunity to set up against the thing. So I was hoping I could get an attack raise and I get a speed raise. I'm like, that's probably not going to help me too much. Anyway, so Skarmory's going to go for another Flash Cannon against me. So the next one, I'm going to definitely go down. Gluttony's going to kick in too. I'm going to eat my Lychee Berry, which is good. At least I got one attack raise. Now, the reason I put that on there is if I got really, really unlucky, which happened most of the time, and I didn't get any raises. So I got another speed raise. I was like, I got +4 on speed. I could outspeed it, and I didn't. So Skarmory's going to take out me, and Shuckle goes down again. I think Shuckle got Shrek 2 battles in a row. Don't worry, people. He'll be around in the bonus battle on the bloopers. I guarantee that one. So now swapping the Choice Scarf Goodra. Now I've got Fire Blast in this. I thought this could be a little bit too obvious going for Fire Blast, but I actually decided to go for the obvious play instead to mix things up. So now Togekiss is going to come in. I went for Fire Blast. I'm locked into that one. It still does pretty good damage, so it's about a 4-hit KO, maybe even 5 if I got like max damage on that. So not a very good matchup for me. So swapping in Toxapex, I thought I might be able to get my magic happening here. However, Togekiss is going to be a Hustle Aerial Ace. I'm guessing that's what it is. Oh man, it's very, very close to the 3 to 4 hit KO. So I decided to stay in and go for the Toxic here. Once I got the Toxic up, I can go for that merciless peck. So I thought, well, this is going to be very, touch and go here. I'm either going to live on 1 health or I'm going to go down. The good thing is, at least I got the Toxic up against the Togekiss, right? That was my best thing. Anyway, so Togekiss is going to go for the Air Race, and I didn't live. No, it would have been so close. It would have been like a stat each side, like a HP point, like either side, I reckon. Anyway, I actually did the damage calcs afterwards for the fun of it. So swapping in Goodra now, I can go for the Ice Beam to try and take this out. If Skarm wants to swap in, it can. It's probably not going to like to. Going for the Ice Beam and hit Togekiss in the balls, and it lives on like 1 health, gets off the Aerial Ace and does some pretty good damage to my Goodra. Over half health, I get the Gooey, but it's all good. The Togekiss is going to go down to the poison anyway. Man, that was doing some solid damage. That reminds me, people, back in the day, I ran the physical Togekiss when it was a normal type Pokemon, the Extreme Speed Hustle. Man, those were the days. Anyway, so we have the Hariyama coming out. This could be absolutely anything. I can't go for the Ice Beam because there's a possibility it could have Thick Fat as well. So, yeah, I really got to swap out. So, going into vlogs anyway, any fighting type moves I'll be able to sponge. It's a special Hariyama. Actually, it looks really cool using Focus Missile. I like that. So, it does nothing to vlogs. Now, I can go for my Misty Terrain here and go for the Moonblast. Or I could set up the Grassy Terrain and go for something different, predicting a swap. However, I did a double swap here, expecting another Pokemon to come in. I went to Carbink. Now I thought, Hariyama's definitely going to swap against Fox. There's no way unless it's got like Bullet Punch or anything. It was like a mixed attacker. I knew Scolipede would come in, so that's why I wanted to come up with like my Carbink. So now it's going to go for the Infestation. It's going to be a trapping set. So I was like, okay, it's probably going to have Toxic because they stack really well together. So going for the Trick Room, in case it's got Speed Boost, they will nullify those Speed Boosts and make it go like super fast in the Trick Room, which is definitely not what you want to be at. So now I can either go for another Acro Pressure or go for a Stone Edge. So it has Speed Boost like I thought it would, and now I can go for the Gravity. So I went for Gravity first because I thought that'd be important. If I started to go for Stone Misses, it could miss, and that kind of would happen. Definitely to me. Anyway, so the Scolipede, I'm getting my poison types mixed up. The Scolipede is going to go for the Toxic against my Carbink. This is all good because I'm guessing it's going to be around a 2-hit KO with the Stone Edge. If it does actually pop me in range of the Lychee Berry, that's all the better, which I'm guessing is going to happen the next turn. So the Scolipede gets another speed boost. This is fine. Now I can go for the Stone Edge, which I estimate is going to be about a 2-hit KO. It just lives. Oh, it's a critical hit. So now it's going to go for Venom Drench. Baby, I got Clear Body. It's not going to affect me. I do not have Sturdy, so that was nice. So I'm guessing what their set was, it was like a Toxic Infestation. It may even have some form of recovery, like maybe it's got Rest or something, I'm not sure. I'm just trying to think what its other move would be. Anyway, I like Venom Drench, it's a really cool move. If you don't know what Venom Drench is, the opponent has to be poisoned. Then you use that move and you drop their stats, like their attack and their special attack by 1 stage. It's pretty cool. So going for another Stone Edge, since I got 100% accuracy with that, and Scolipede goes down, which I probably called Toxapex about 3 times. So Carbink is on its last legs, not that it really has any legs, it's all good. So now we have the Skarmory coming in. I can really only go for the Stone Edge here. Now Skarmory is going to go for an Endure, which is interesting, which calls out maybe it's holding an item. There was no way, even with the critical hit, Skarmory was never ever going to go down to that one. Now, it's going to get a weak armor from that. Weak armor is usually run on sweeping sets. Like a lot of the time, like if you got a tank Skarmory, you don't want its defenses getting lower or anything, so you normally opt for the sturdy. So now it's going to go for the flash cannon, and that's going to take my cubbing out quite easily there. Now the last two Pokemon I've got Flogs and I've got Goodra. So I thought Goodra could be a good swap in. However, I could swap in Flogs and maybe try and play some mind games with them, but I decided to swap in Goodra anyway. So now the Skarmory is going to go for the Endure again. So it's like, okay, so it's probably got some sort of berry or something on it, or weakness policy. So I went for the Fire Blast there anyway, hoping I get it to burn. That'd be so funny if I got one. It endures the hit, and it's going to eat a Potato Berry, boosting its special attack even more. So Goodra is fairly bulky in special defense. Now the Skarmory is going to go for an Air Slash. It's like, okay, this isn't too bad. I've got nice special defense, so I said easily tank this, and I get flinched. Oh no. No, and now the Skarmory is going to be able to outspeed me with the Flash Cannon, and the Salt is just coming out of me. Okay, so the last Pokemon I've got is the Flogs. Now, the Skarmory, which is good, it's only on 1 health, and I can just go for a normal nature power to take that out. That's my best option here. Now it's going to go for the Flash Cannon. I've got beautiful special defense, this base, max health, so I took that one pretty nicely. So it's going to be about a 2 go. However, I get a special defense drop. So I'm like, what if that Hariyama's got any really powerful special attacks hit against me? Like, if it does, I'm in some deep trouble. Anyway, so Skarmory is down. Hariyama is left. I was thinking, I definitely need to get up the Misty Terrain. Then I can fire off the Moonblast. I know that's probably going to definitely be a one-hit KO because I'm running max special attack. So I was just wondering what this Hariyama was actually going to throw at me, which could be pretty big considering how big its hands are. So now going for the Misty Terrain, setting that up. Now I can go for the Nature Power next to it, which is going to turn into Moonblast and take it out. The only move I had was to take me out was Brine. That's crazy. Brine on Hariyama. If I was actually below half health, that would have doubled in power, which could have done a little bit more damage. However, that is game. It obviously has a very limited special move pool too. I've run it myself. And the Moonblast is going to be easy enough to take out the Hariyama. And I hope you guys enjoyed both of these battles. Did you stick around to watch both? Let me know in the comment section. There's an amazing marathon bonus battle up. You guys have got to see. It's crazy. All right, peace.